day one in Colombo. I'm already on the lookout for purchasing a drone. A few days prior, I was arrested in Jordan for flying my drone in a restricted area. There was no way I was traveling Sri Lanka without purchasing a drone and capturing all the beautiful footage that I had seen prior to visiting.
It's been really an amazing journey heading over here. I'm staying at Islands Hostel, and I cannot wait to show you guys the best of Sri Lanka.
I'm 39 countries in, and I can already tell what a tiny place I occupy in this world. Sri Lanka was different. I can already tell what a fascinating experience I was about to have, and I can imagine myself leaving this country, being a better version of who I was before I entered. It's day 2 in Colombo, Sri Lanka, and I'm already making friends. My friend Anas is from Switzerland, and my friend Walid is from Egypt. We decided to travel to the local beach just a few minutes down from the hostel, where we experienced how welcoming the Sri Lankan people are. The sand of the beach was so different from what I'm used to. I felt that we were off to a good start, and it just seemed like we had this beach all to ourselves.
What's really great about this hostel is that they have a pool on the deck, and they have free breakfast every single day from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Shucks, we're not staying here long enough because as soon as my friend Michael gets here, we're going to start venturing around the island. So we're only staying about maybe a couple nights at each destination. Super excited about it. Check out the pool.
As I'm killing time at the hostel, I'm waiting for my friend Michael to arrive from Warsaw, Poland. Remember my new friend Anas from Switzerland? Well, she decided to join us on our travels the very next day.
We just arrived here in Jaffna. Really quiet town. There's really no tourists here. We're staying at this really cool hotel here, and we're about to rent some motorcycles and take a little tour around town and go visit a natural spring. So we'll fill you guys in as we go.
It's day 2 here in Jaffna, and we have arrived at our very first temple called Nallur Kandaswamy in the northern province.
They asked us to take our shirts off. It must be a sign of respect to enter the temple. Where are we going after this?
I don't know.
Springs water.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we arrived here at Kiramelli Pond. It's a natural spring right over by the ocean. And we are just preparing to go and find where this pond is. Motorbikes has been super convenient to ride. Guys, here's the pond. I'm just kidding.
It had always been a fascination of mine as a kid to travel the globe, and I could not believe that as an adult my dreams were coming true. Sri Lankan people are so happy. It bewilders me that I come from a society back home that anxiety and depression is an epidemic. Yet these people in Sri Lanka, who own very little to nothing, might just be some of the happiest people on earth. As we ended our time at Kiramelli Pond, we hopped back on our motorbikes to go to our next destination. And on our way to the next destination, we see a few kids playing soccer in the middle of nowhere, so we decide to join them. We thought that it was quite hilarious. They were chanting our world-famous soccer player, Ronaldo. These kids are living nothing but a simple life. It also fascinates me how joyful they are. It was also really funny that they tried to one-up each other. Who got to be the funniest or the most goofy? These kids really don't own much. They're just a bunch of buddies playing soccer in the middle of the day. A simple type of fun. Something that just might be a lost art in what we call the first world.
We finally arrived at this beautiful beach with these amazing boats lined up, and it's just gorgeous. It was worth an hour and a half motorcycle ride, and it's just amazing, guys.
It was just a few minutes away before we arrived at this beautiful beach. We've been riding our motorbikes for approximately 8 hours. As the sun sets, as we gazed at the ocean, we could not wait to get into the water. We also have made some new fisherman friends. You could see it on their face that they're living genuine lives. They're not really concerned about anything else except living day to day. And to see that is so inspiring. That we too, as people in our modern society, can still be happy with only the bare minimum. It is day 3 here in Jaffna. We are on a ferry boat to our next location, Nainativo Nagapushani Amman Temple. The white guy smiling on the motorbike is Philip. Philip is from Stuttgart, Germany. He ended up joining us on our travels here in Sri Lanka. I had been so used to traveling the world alone, but I have come to realize it's amazing how traveling across the globe and meeting 3 different people from 3 different countries at 3 separate times could turn into such a beautiful friendship. Well, as much fun as we had in Jaffna, we are on our way to our next destination, Sigiriya. The train rides in Sri Lanka had to have been my favorite moments. It taught me how to be patient with myself, and not only myself, but patient with other people. It reminded me of a time from Colombo to Jaffna, where I ended up having to sit on the ground in an economy class train for more than 8 hours. It gave me an idea that it was no longer about me. It was more about how can I serve somebody else today? How can I make somebody else a little more comfortable than I am right now? Fortunately, our travel from Jaffna to Sigiriya, we had most of the train to ourselves. The following are a few inspirational words by my favorite author, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Listen in.
Transforming your life is a very powerful and exciting thing to undertake. Think about this word transform. Break it down into 2 words, if you will. The second word is form. It means the physical world that you live in and all the boundaries that we experience in our life. That's our form. It's our body. And then trans, which is a prefix that is put in front of our form. And the prefix trans means to go beyond, to soar above, to go past. So transforming really means going beyond your form. That is, going beyond the limits of your body, if you will. You can change your life in a matter of moments by doing one simple thing. Change the thoughts you think and the words you speak. Your internal dialogue has an enormous effect on every aspect of your life. Transform, going beyond your form. Listen to each thought, let it sink in, and begin putting it into practice, beginning now.
In Buddhism, symbolic offerings are made to the triple gem, giving rise to contemplative gratitude and inspiration. Typical material offerings involve simple objects, such as a lit candle, burning incense, flowers, food, fruit, water, or even drinks. Buddhists believe that nothing is fixed or permanent, and that change is always possible. I'm really glad that we spent the day here in Sigiriya. It has been a long day, but it was worthwhile. After having a long day, we are now traveling into the city to grab some dinner. Sri Lanka is known for their famous katu. When you place an order, the Katu chef will fry and chop the roti with a selection of ingredients you choose. It is our last day here in Sigiriya, and we are completely exhausted. Our B&B family has been nothing but kind to us. In fact, we became like family. Later in the evening, we had a nice dinner hosted by the family. It was a great way to end the evening in Sigiriya. It is nearly the end of my last few days here in Sri Lanka. After experiencing one of the most beautiful train rides in the world, passing through enormous tea fields, we are arriving now in Ella, and I look back at all the incredible memories that I had on this trip, especially with my friends, Michael, Philip, and Ines. We got along so well, and not only that, we got to know each other really well. Our laughter and inside jokes had to have been some of my favorite moments. True happiness resides within you. Most people are searching for happiness outside of themselves. Without exception, begin every day of your life with gratitude. As you look in the mirror, say, "Thank you, God, for life, for my body, for my family and loved ones, for this day, and for the opportunity to be of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you." I'm here with my best friend Michael.
Hello.
And my best friend Philip. And my friend Ines.
This is random.
Hi, komm nach Sri Lanka. Und wie sieht es eigentlich mit deiner Bachelor-Thesis aus? Was ist da los?
Where from?
And say happy